Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to another CYPRX YouTube video. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrency, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video breakdown, we're going to go over some fundamentals, some interesting articles that I thought that I'd read to you guys. Thought that they were interesting, a lot of information in them, jam-packed with key vocabulary and key phrases to kind of depict where the future of cryptocurrency is headed, in my personal opinion. All right, I'm also going to show you guys a tweet that I announced to everybody on my Twitter. Again, you guys can follow me if you want, at detrimental, and it is the only Twitter page that I currently have. It is sitting at 10.6 thousand followers. So if any other Twitter accounts or even Instagram accounts follow you guys, make sure that you block them. This is the only page on social media that I'm currently operating with, along with the YouTube. The Instagrams have been completely, shut down. All right. So I tweeted this out the other day. If Bitcoin can't break these two cycle levels and hold above, we could see a bloodbath for anyone who bought at the higher lows. All right. I tweeted this out. This was March 27th. And here is the screenshot right here, around $47,500, as well as $51,000. Now, I had sent a message to the CYPRX students and told them that the market could potentially pull back, especially if Bitcoin, doesn't supersede these psychological levels. I told them that a relief rally could be in the works where the market could potentially take a breather. Now, coming into this trade, going over the technicals real fast before we go over some of the fundamental articles, I'm currently floating in the sell position. Very easy to kind of understand how to capitalize on moves like this surrounding the strategy that I teach. Not to go into extreme detail, but here is that blue region that I had mentioned on Twitter. So you see how the market came up into that, and we showed signs of resistance. So we showed signs of buyer momentum slowing down in the market. Now, technologically, how can we figure out how to capitalize on moves to the downside or sell positions on Bitcoin based off of current price information? That's the question, right? We're looking at this New York session and going off of what it is that I teach you guys, just the general knowledge of information, okay? We see here that this new move from A down to B created a new market structure swing low via the candlestick bodies. All right, so if we're looking at the candlestick bodies, these lows here took out the previous market structure low. So we can now assume that this is a new A to B move that the market makers for New York session decided to take sell positions at. Why? Because we see that they liquidated buy positions or buy stops above these highs and people who were selling early in this range. They came for that liquidity and then reversed the market. So now we're operating inside of a new A to B move. Well, coming into this New York session, we were able to analyze that price information. So we took our Fibonacci from this high to the low that broke structure, again extending that over, and we can see that the market came into the 79%. Now, coming in to the entry during this New York session, we were already aware that if we were looking to sell at a premium range on our overall higher time frame targets, which I showed you guys on the Twitter post that I made, coming into premium range now from this new A to B move, we knew that the bank and institutions are going to be looking to sell at a 70 to 79% premium. So what can we see in this range going off of what it is that I teach you guys on the YouTube channel? Okay, we can see here manipulation range will take from 8:30 a.m. boom, right there, and extend that over to 6 a.m. Let's elongate this. Okay, we can see here in this range by changing this to the manipulation box. This is what we have: early buyers in this range, or people who are going to be willing to sell at these lows. And we also have people who are going to be willing to buy here at these highs and take sell positions early on prior to the 8:30 manipulation window. So we have two areas of liquidity to focus and identify going into this New York session. But we already know that the previous New York session created a high that we would need to break to continue the uptrend. Okay, so we can go ahead and turn this into an aqua box, because we know that this high would need to get taken in order for the trend that is bullish or currently bullish overall to continue. Why? Based off of logic, the market makers, if they're going to continue an uptrend, need to make a new market structure high above this point, right? So we already know that. That is all facts that is coming into this New York session of price information that we can determine to capitalize on moves. All right, now looking at this fractal price action, we're on the 15-minute. Let's jump down to the 5-minute and see if we can see any break of structures. Look at this accuracy. We see here price come out of the manipulation window, and what does it do? It comes to attack early buyers. Let's go ahead and highlight this range right here where we can see trendline liquidity existed beneath these lows. Okay, so we have trendline liquidity coming into the manipulation range. We can change this to the liquidity bottom tool. Okay, so we see here trendline liquidity, a touch right here during London session. More buyers picked up, and that all took place during our manipulation range. Coming out of the manipulation range, we can see buyers get attacked immediately. Now, what do we get right here? What is this price information telling us? that the market just showed us a willingness to grab liquidity from the highs. Okay, I showed you guys that. We see equal highs here. We see a triple top maybe potentially. Okay, boom, boom, where we see retail resistance. All right, people taking positions from these levels. Coming over into the New York session, we see that the New York session prior to this New York session took sell positions from this A to B move. Now we also know that they're going to be looking to take positions from a premium range, taking our Fibonacci from the high to the low. We already identified that this was a range, okay? Now looking at the fractal structure, what can we see? We can see that this high showed us a willingness to create a new market structure low. So yes, we are operating inside of a new A to B move. Yes, we are operating inside of a premium range. And now fractally, what can we see? We can see the market creating a new fractal structure, what? Lower low, lower high, lower low formation. Okay, so what we were able to do here at CYPRX is we were able to capitalize on this new A to B move that failed to take out the overall premium range target and created a new fractal structure A to B move that broke previous market structure higher lows. It's very simplistic and easy to understand basic principles in the market structure, psychological levels. We can see here there was a psychological level rejection at the 4,800 region. Okay, we can utilize all this price information now to take our Fibonacci fractally from this high to the low, extend that over, and what do we get? We already know we're operating at an overall range from this high to this low. Okay, taking our fib from the high to the low, extending that over. What can we see? We are now in another New York session operating at a premium range from where previous New York session sold from. Okay, so we know that information. Coming now here, we see fractal structure is broken. We see seller's momentum pick up. We now know logically, okay, we have this blue box, but we now know that this is the high that would need to get taken out in order for us to reverse our mindset to bullish. Okay, so we can delete all of this price information and we can kind of clear things up, right? So now that we know that there's liquidity beneath these lows, we know that we're operating in a premium range. We know that the market has just broken structural higher lows and created a new swing low fractally on the 5-minute. Now we know logically that the banking institutions are going to do what? They're most likely going to push price up into premium to give themselves better sell positions to add to their overall sell position. And as you guys can see, they added to their sell position not once, but twice and 3 times to move the market in their favor. Okay, beautiful execution, beautiful risk to reward on Bitcoin today. Tweeting this out to you guys for everybody to see. All right, we're not just popping smoke here on CyPRX. Again, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys like these video breakdowns via technical analysis. Now let's go into some of the interesting fundamental articles that I found for you guys. This is from the Daily Huddle. Over 500,000 Americans think crypto assets are the future of finance, new survey insists. This came out March 29th, 2022. A new national survey in the US finds that the majority of Americans believe crypto will go on to revolutionize finance. Interesting to say the least that I've been telling you guys this since the YouTube channel started almost, let's say 6 months ago. Okay, absolutely hilarious. Because why? First it was CV19, then it was the Ukraine-Russian disaster, which is still circulating amongst the news right now. But mark my words, when the boom and bust cycle happens, every single headline is going to be crypto. Every single news article is going to be crypto. Everything is going to transition to crypto in a crypto mainstream media adoption. Watch, mark my words. The new poll was commissioned by Starkware, sorry if I butchered that, a blockchain infrastructure firm doing research for their future products. According to Starkware CEO and co-founder Yuri, the results are exciting but also unsettling. They highlight huge enthusiasm for crypto and show that blockchain is creaking under the weight of current use. Unless we start to work smarter, blockchain simply won't be able to cope with growing demand. That's insane, okay? That's insane that the demand is more than what is being output, okay? So keep that in mind when we're talking about massive amounts of money coming into this crypto space, okay? I just thought that this one was very interesting. Again, just covering some mainstream adoption. We can see here, this is again from the Daily Huddle. Currency markets could blow up and send money into crypto, gold, stocks, and bonds. Roll poll. Hopefully I said that right. March 28th, 2022. All right, you guys should know who this guy is, Raoul Pal. I just hope I'm saying his name right. I have a hard time pronouncing that. This like trio right here. Look at that. That is a hard trio right there. Anyways, macro investment expert RP, I'm just going to call him RP, is warning of an under-the-radar economic trend shift lurking within the foreign exchange markets. The former Goldman Sachs executive points to sudden strength in the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. something big is happening in FX, very big. I just don't know what it means yet. And I can compare to what it is that he's saying because the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen has consistently been picking up strength since the beginning of this year, all right? And that is because I trade the foreign exchange markets. But dollar JPY is testing the neckline of an enormous 20-year inverse head and shoulders. Again, I don't really pay attention to chart patterns like this, but we can see here that this is significant. At the time, Powell points out that the euro is on the brink of collapsing through a major long-term support level, and the euro is testing the 40-year trend. The Real Vision CEO says that if these two trends break, a massive amount of capital may be forced to move from each respective market and flee into US bonds and equities and possibly crypto and precious metals. This is significant. That's why I'm going to cut off the article here, but this is what I took from this article. That is extremely interesting to see. Okay. Again, this isn't coming from some whistleblower. He is the Real Vision CEO and is a very significant figure in the investment space. All right. Blessings to you guys all. Hope that you enjoyed this video breakdown. Again, the link is in the description for the mentorship. Anybody that's interested on learning how to trade the cryptocurrency markets, the foreign exchange markets properly, utilizing technical analysis, controlling your psychology. There's over 60 to maybe even 70 hours now of recorded material on the advanced course content. Blessings to you guys all. You're always more than welcome to reach out to me, schedule a Zoom call. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.